Alright guys, so today we're doing some flounder fishing. We are at a very noisy and chaotic place. Definitely not a place I like to fish, and you'll never see me here on a nice day or a weekend. But we just had some storm roll through, and we're down here ready to hit it for an hour or two. The other things we're doing today is, I was out on the North Shore with the charter the other day, and I was actually out fishing the Gulp with the regular soft plastics. And I was kind of doing it old school. So once upon a time, before Gulp existed, you can use any soft plastic body, a split tail shad, so like a Zoom Fluke, a hoagie, and I was just tipping them with small pieces of bluefish to give it a little scent. And I was actually out fishing the Gulp, and in my opinion, I think Gulp catches 75% of the reason Gulp will catch is due to the action of the lure. So the swimming mullet will spin, and the other 25% is about the scent. Because I'll give you a quick example. When you rig up a Gulp and you have a crooked tail, right, or it gets fouled up in the bucktail hairs, you don't catch anything. You still have the scent, but you don't have the action on the lure. So that's my opinion of it. But like I said, it's just an opinion, so I really don't know. But we're gonna fish traditional ways and new ways and all different sorts of ways. So let's go catch some fish. Oh, how these fish feel about all that noise. There's also a pipeline running under this bridge. There's a lot going on here, man. All right, here's what we're gonna do. Gonna take that Elias shad. Leftover bluefish from the catch and cook. Catch and cook latex glove. What do you guys think? Oh, waited forever for that one. Key really was just to not set the hook into a single sea robin. I'm telling you, that was really all I did there. I had probably 10 sea robin hits before I had this hit. And yeah, I'm happy to see this. Real happy. Right, all right. Don't like my angle here, that's for sure. All right, that one's gonna most certainly make it for the catch and freeze. All right, good start, good start. First fluke being a keeper, I'm happy with that. But it's all about working those bigger baits sometimes, 19 inches, so let's see. Yeah, this is a 20 to 21 inch fish. So let's put them in the cooler and get back to work, right? I wouldn't say I'm disenchanted. It's just like I almost forgot, how to jig non-Berkeley Gulp products for Fluke. And you can use a Zoom Fluke, you can use a hoagie. It doesn't matter. This is a 3/4 ounce jig. I've got 15-pound fluorocarbon and 10-pound braided line. That's it. We're gonna put a new strip of bluefish on, and we're gonna keep jigging. So I got sea robins all over me right now, right? We don't want them. Not setting the hook into the birds. We're waiting for the. It's like just a different hit. It's like getting punched, and imagine somebody's punching your lure in the face. I don't know. I honestly can't explain the difference between a sea robin hit and a fluke hit, but it's like kind of like something sucking your jig down is what I would call it. Not easy positioning yourself on a kayak to set the hook, is all I gotta say. That is the hardest part about this whole game, is that hook set. This is a good fish. Slow and low. All right. low and low. Couldn't have done that better myself. And the other thing I did there, right, I paused, so I gave him a second to inhale it, right? So more than likely, I'm not going to recover this jig right now. Let me get my pliers out, see if I can do it. That's definitely a keeper, so this one looks like maybe a little bit bigger than the last one. I would never do this with the bluefish. These fluke don't have that strong jaws, so you can do what I'm doing right here. Their jaws are kind of, they're on the weaker side, you know? But you just got to hold his mouth like that. Measurement for the records, yeah, you know, it's another 21 incher, 22, probably 22, you know, somewhere around there. We'll measure him back at the car, but definitely over 19, so that's our second keeper. Actually, our second fluke too, so that's good. All right. From what I hear, fluking hasn't been very good, and you know, I'm not seeing quantity of fish. You know, been here for about an hour, I've had 2 fish. That's it. It's back. I got that one. Son. All right. I'm liking this. I'm liking this bluefish, this pink bluefish combo quite a bit. Probably a keeper. I'm gonna guess he's a keeper. Let's take a measurement though. He's 19. Just under 19. All right. See ya. Oh, what do we got here? Holy smokes, Batman. What do we got here? I don't know, man. Holy crap, man. This got a cow-nose ray already? It's big. Whatever this is big, man. I'm in like the worst possible spot to fight this fish too. It's gotta be a striper. It's got a lot of weight. I have very light line. So this is gonna be a huge freaking problem for me. Gaining ground on it, so that's good. Those are some big head shakes, man. It ain't foul hooked, man. It's a big freaking fish. It ain't a cow-nose ray. Cow-nose rays run that way. They run all over the place. This is different fish right here. I just hope I ain't gonna get killed under a boat here. My God. Mystery fish, man. He's been staying deep the whole fight. Come on, I just need a visual, man. Oh! I don't know, man. I have no idea what that was, but it was huge, man. That felt like a really big striper, or I don't know. Two. This is number 3. Right now. It's number 3 right there. Alright, so I'm getting out of here. I'd love to hear your thoughts on that. I really don't know, man. I'm going to tell you the truth, and I'm going to give away a little information. That is never an area I've hooked a striped bass in my life. That particular area where I was drifting through, it's never, in 10 years plus, 15 years, I've never hooked a striper there. So, perhaps a rogue cruising? Yeah, maybe. But I honestly doubt it. I really doubt that was a striped bass. I am really leaning towards black drum, red drum, cobia, something like that. That fight wasn't a shark. That fight wasn't a cow-nose ray. That fight was deep head pumps like a striper. But it wasn't a ray. A ray goes straight. You could feel the wings flapping on your rod. No way that was a ray. There's no way that was a bluefish. A shark? I don't know. I don't know shark fights well enough. Maybe it was a shark. It definitely wasn't a dogfish. It was a shark if it was a shark. I don't know. I really don't know. Either way, I got my limit of fluke on my shads. Lost that fish on the shad. Moral of the story is, I didn't really expect to hook that, and I kind of want to just talk about, at the end of the day, I'm very conditioned to fish gulp, and I've been fishing gulp my whole life. Sometimes change it up. It's easy to build up habits when you're fishing, right? Because, it works. I've taken several fluke over 10 pounds on gulp, but at the same time, maybe I would have taken them on something else, like in a similar situation. I don't know. But today's results were good with what I did. The bluefish strips, just a teeny tiny for a strip of bluefish on my shads. You could have done that with Zoom flukes. You could have done that with hoagies. You could have done that with a lot of different lures and probably caught fish. It doesn't have to be my shads. I'm just, confident in my lures and happy to use them. That mystery fish will haunt me. That will haunt me. That will be my fish story for many, many years. I've landed all types of weird stuff over the years. Cow-nose rays, dozens of those, dusky sharks. It's also my mistake. I have like 15-pound fluorocarbon leader. That's a mistake. I like using light line and fluking, I really do. But, I had that fish on for a while. I got nervous being in the ferry lane right there. So maybe I overpumped the rod, I don't know what to tell you. You know, I'm a little bit beat up about it. You know, I really just wanted to see it. You know, if that was a cobia, if that was a red drum, you know. But it could have just been, you know, some trash fish. Who knows? Based on my extensive experience of jigging this bridge, that's not a place I hook stripers ever. So, I don't know. Oh, man. Adversity, man. The salmon, this. I feel like I suck more than ever right now. I don't know, I'm getting old. I'm losing my mojo. I don't know. That sucked. All right, let me get out of here. Maybe we'll be tipping my jigs with bacon next week. I don't know. Man, am I just beat. I can feel myself just in shock. You know, but when you lose a fish and you see it, it's different. When you don't see it, and it's not something you're used to. I don't know. All right, let me get out of here. Tight lines, guys. We'll talk very soon.